What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and what I've got for you guys today is my third episode of my team career, which will be around the Spanish Grand Prix for Season 1. If you guys are new around here, feel free to like and subscribe, and if you enjoy the content, make sure you like as well.
We need your input here. Not an easy choice.
We've got, first things up here, we've got a bit of a dilemma, whether we fire or apologise to a employee of the chassis department who's sent over a Twitter storm. So firing, we get 500 acclaim and 10% morale decrease. And the apology is the other way around. I think we lose 500 acclaim, but we gain 10% morale for the chassis department, which we do. I was thinking about it for so long whether I should fire or apologise to him. As you can see here, I decided to fire him just because of that team acclaim.
Thanks.
Getting the team acclaim up really
can
quick will be helping me get more sponsors on, which
call.
means upgrading the facilities, which will mean I can get the car a bit quicker.
Okay,
so yeah, we
we've had
fast
the new
forward and we
parts
go
come
straight
through
to
the
another one.
fabrication process. We'll have them
I
with
feel
us
like
for
I'm
the
getting
next
these a
Grand
lot.
Prix.
You'll find out in this.
We've got an issue we'd like
So we've got an R&D one here, which is pretty good. So we can get R&D points or we can get team acclaim. I decided to go for the resource points here, because obviously helping improving the car. Again, team acclaim would help as well, being able to get extra sponsors on the car and stuff like that. But I've gone for the resource points here, just to help with the car now.
Thanks for stepping
So
in and
you'll see
helping
me
handle that.
quickly head over to this, just put something on quickly and fast forward to the break. But first we quickly check if we can put anything on. Having a quick look. Okay, department's full there, so I can't do anything in the aero. So we look at the chassis as well. And I put that on, so energy store, battery, centering, so we're just distribution. As you can see, it's a little bit fast forwarding here just to get everything done, so we can make the episode as short as possible. I'm still working on figuring out the best way to edit these guys, so please bear with me. We're looking here to see if we can upgrade anything. I'm looking. I don't think I do anything.
Our new parts have completed without issue.
Good.
They'll be on the car ready
So
for the
we've got
next
that on,
race
so now
weekend.
we're going to quickly look to see if there's something else we can put on. On off, and I decided to go for it. Now we get another department issue.
Unfortunately, we need you to step in and make an
Okay, we've had a
executive
chat with our
decision
work
here.
rate whilst doing it very extremely targets, increase rate, stress. So it's about deadline and stuff. So spend some cash to help the morale and stuff, or whether I decline it. I'm pretty sure I just agree to this because 50k, it's not too bad, plus a 30% morale, which means they're all happy. So we just wait and see what I do here. So yeah, see 30% morale decrease, or I can spend 50k and so it's a 60 point turnaround for 50k,
Thanks for
so
handling
that's
that.
pretty good. We see we have an engine part fail there. So we just got to, I was going to shut that back on, but didn't have enough resource points.
We had
And
a
again,
major
we get to
issue
another.
on the production line earlier this week. So the entire
Alrighty,
development
so the
package
chassis
for the weekend
department
has
are
failed.
requesting
Any
more
redevelopments will need to
simulation
be
training.
ordered from the R&D screen.
So,
Could you take a look at
race
this for
base
us,
for my
please?
second driver, or cheaper R&D. I'm going to go for the second
The
driver
department
racecraft
wants
just
me
to
to
give him
pass
a
on
little
their
bit
thanks
extra
for
pace
helping out.
in the race. And now we're just fast forwarding, and now we will quickly check to make sure there's nothing else we can do before the session. We put this back on to redo, so hopefully we'll have it before the Monaco Grand Prix, which we should. And now we jump into the race weekend, guys. But yeah, guys, I missed out on practice and qualifying in this, so we're jumping straight into
Welcome
the race.
along then to what promises to be another fascinating
Qualifying,
Spanish
I
Grand
went,
Prix.
I think it was
A race which saw Max Verstappen win on
20th.
his first ever appearance with the
We'll find
Red
out in a
Bull
sec
team
when you
in
see the grid.
2016. This after the
But yeah,
dramatic coming together
I'll stop
of
talking
Lewis
for now so you
Hamilton
guys can
and
hear
Nico
what they're talking
Rosberg
about.
on the first lap. Will we see more moments for the scrapbook here today? The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya then, a high-speed 2.89-mile circuit which demands an efficient downforce package and bravery on the part of the driver, especially through the blind right of turn 9, which we might just see taken flat this weekend. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Ricciardo, Sainz, Vettel and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda and Ocon, Raikkonen, Armstrong, Mick Schumacher and Iceman, Giovinazzi, Russell, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Alrighty guys, so starting in P18. Now, so we're going to do the standard medium to hard strategy, the one stop. Hopefully we'll be able to make some moves and get towards some points. We'll have to wait and see though. I was making sure because it was actually a while from between qualifying and the race to make sure I had a setup on, which I did. So here's the start guys, so 5 red lights and away we go. Currently P20, I've dropped back a little bit. I'm just going to take it easy. We'll go for a dive bomb, which I make up. So make up that spot on Giovinazzi, I'm pretty sure that is. I'm wide, so really just trying to keep it clean. Go for a dive bomb around down there on Giovinazzi again. So we have quite a good battle with Giovinazzi through the race. But hopefully it's not for too long. Another dive bomb on Schumacher, which gives me up another position. Probably push him a bit wide there, but yeah. So now we're racing after my teammate. So we skip forward to the end of lap 1, and as you can see, we're still just behind my teammate. So we're out here, we're just driving around, trying to catch him, using some battery. I just stopped using it, thinking we'll be about the same pace. Really, I'm just waiting for DRS to be activated at the end of this lap to really make any kind of moves. So yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what we do. Yeah. I find that I am better around this sector than the AI. But the third sector is where I really struggle in this track. So you can see I'm still just stuck behind him, a little bit of loss of a back end there. Drain some battery to try and make sure we don't lose too much time to him, because obviously we want to stay within that second for next lap, so when the DRS is active we can try and push and get him. And you can see he's slowly beating us, getting away from us. And yeah, we move on to the end of lap 4, so we move on a few laps. And you can see he's outside of a second, so we don't have any DRS here. So really I'm just draining the battery, trying my best to get to back within a second. As you can see, he's pulling away, and in that time I'm pretty sure Leclerc pits. Yes, he does. So Charles Leclerc has pitted. I'm pretty sure he got front wing damage. So yeah, he's now in last by probably 10-15 seconds off the car in front, I would say. But yeah, as I am, I'm just trying to get to within a second of my teammate, which by the end of this lap I am able to stay within a second, so I will get DRS along this straight. So really just going to try and catch him as much as possible. So coming up into turn 1, can I catch him? I can, but it's still not enough to make any moves on him. I just felt like I had no pace. That corner there, very easy to lock up. So we move on to the end of lap 7, and we're still about half a second behind him, so we're not gaining any, but we're not losing any at the moment. So I'm just DRS, just trying to drag myself towards him. You can see I am gaining him now with the help of DRS, but he also had DRS, so it wasn't that effective. So maybe he's running low on battery, but I am also as well. As you can see, 18% battery left. But I'm wide, trying to see if I can make a move on the outside. Just not close enough. So I'm currently in P16 after 8 laps, which isn't too bad. Moving on to the end of lap 13 now. We're still in P15. And still just that, we'll have a little bit of a slide there, which made me lose a little bit of time. But now we're going into my pit in lap, so lap 14. So at the end of this lap I will be boxing for a hard set of compound tyres. So we're just trying to see if we can get close enough, and maybe we might have a chance of undercutting him. Because that's really what I also thought about, so which is why I'm like, I've got to try and stay as close as I can, because I can have a good in-lap, which gets me to about where I am now. So obviously if I overtake him, it's even better, but I know I can just go all out on these sets of tyres. I won't be using him again, so just trying my best to stay within that half a second or so, which you can see there I lose a bit of time there. I'll have DRS here as well. So I got to within a tenth of him, or just over a tenth, and now I'm back to about half a second down. Just trying to get there as much as possible, run a bit wide there. You can see I'm about 3 tenths, just over 3 tenths down now. So now we are pitting, and so is Raikkonen. So we're going to be flooring it into the pit lane, trying our best, make sure we don't speed so we don't get a penalty. And now we are in. So here's Raikkonen on his pit stop. So I'll be able to jump Raikkonen. I don't think we will be able to. He was just a little bit too far ahead, but he's gone onto the hard compound tyres as well. Here I am. See, we come out just behind Raikkonen, so we've actually gained a bit of time on Raikkonen though. So it was a very good pit stop by our team. So now we've just got to try and push, if we can stay within that DRS range and have DRS on the middle straight and on the main straight, we hopefully will be able to undercut our teammate, because he was between us. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but it's at this stage it looks like it might be pretty close to see whether I come out in front or behind him. So we're about a second behind him. Okay, just straight in the battery, trying to stay within that second of him, because we're right on the tipping point of there we go, there's DRS zone line, so we will have DRS on this straight. Now we've just got to make sure we keep it for the main straight. Teammate enters the pits there.
Marcus is in the pits.
And now we'll see in the top right hand corner, you can see my teammate is in the pits. So this is going to be very close to see what happens. Marcus is in pitting now. It's going into a set of hard compound tyres as well. I lose it a little bit of time there. But we've got DRS, using all our battery as much as we can.
We're trailing our team.
And here it comes, we're both coming down the straight there.
Seconds.
And what is going to happen here? You can see, if you look at we just get out in front of him. So we have undercut Armstrong, which is amazing. So we are now in front of our teammate. Now we've got to try and hope if we can stay there and just push forward and try and get Raikkonen. And we move on to the end of lap 16. Raikkonen's getting away from us slowly. I have a little bit of a back end wobble there again. So not really great coming out of that last chicane. Leclerc's pitting again, so he's now pitting for a set of hard compound tyres. So he's made 2 pit stops to our 1, and he's somehow managed to come out in front. So he has been pushing hard. Very, very hard considering he was about 10 seconds down on the car behind, so he's had a ripper race. Well, he's in a Ferrari as well, so he should have very good speed in that car. But now we can have these two battle as well. We should be able to catch these guys and hopefully enter the fight as well. And as we move on to the end of lap 17, they're still battling. So hopefully we can get in on this fight ourselves. So my aim to coming into this battle was around P15. I want to try and be around where my teammate is. I want to be within a position or two of my teammate. Was ideally where I want to be in each race, at least behind him. And obviously, if I can be more in front, that's amazing. Yeah, about 95 AI I am using, and the only assist I'm using is the racing line. I probably don't need it for this track, per se, because I do know this track fairly well. Obviously, I do make a fair few mistakes on it, especially coming out the last corners and stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to learn most of the tracks without racing line, but just in the career, especially with the tracks that I know, like Azerbaijan and stuff, I'm still, I wouldn't say I'm terrible at, but I don't know the braking points and that all that well. So I'm just going to leave it on. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Do you guys care that I've got the racing line on? As I said, I'm going to try and turn it off eventually. And I have a massive back end there for taking too much curve, and Armstrong gets back in front of me, unfortunately. So now I've got to try and overtake him again. And as you can see, Raikkonen was passed by Leclerc as well there, so Leclerc's now just going away. And that hit there, me and Giovinazzi, little nudge there. I don't think I have any damage because I'm able to still battle him. We'll run a bit wide there, so probably a mistake I shouldn't have made. But yeah, as going on to the end of lap 19 here now, you can see my teammate's now 2 seconds up the road. So yeah, I did actually check to make sure I had no damage, and it didn't say I had any damage. But that might have given me damage. You'll see that pretty sure I checked here as well. You should see on the MFD. Schumacher passes me as well.
Check your MFD for
Schumacher
a new
gets past
strategy
me and
option.
then just, yeah, nothing happens there. Like, he just gets past me and then they take off. So I'm like, I must have some front wing damage here now. I'm not going to be pitting because I don't want to risk going down by a lap or whatnot. And I feel like it didn't say I have any damage on the MFD. It said my wing was fine, so there must be a bug. So you can see there, it says I have no damage to my front wing. So yeah, but I'm trying to keep Russell behind, have a little bit of a back end spill there as well. So Russell with ERS, DRS, and should fly past me easily. We have a little bit of a collision there as well, so I put the hand up. I go back onto the outside, but yeah, just nothing there. And as you can see, the leaders are just behind us on the straight here. As you see, I'm definitely, it says I've got no damage, but I'm saying I must have damage here. Like, there's no way I don't have any damage. So yeah, guys, let me know if you guys have had this issue as well, if you guys play F1. Whether you guys have had this issue where you felt like you've had damage, but you don't. And coming on to lap 23, we go into a safety car. I don't actually know what has happened there.
Okay, slow down.
But I will take that safety car.
Which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
So obviously this kind of helps me out with the fact that I have damage. We move on to the end of that lap.
Drop your
And
speed.
am I going to pit? No, I stay out. I decide to stay out for this lap because, as you can see, the car's behind me. If you look on the map, the leaders are right there. So if I was to pit, I would go a lap down. So my aim is to just stay in front of the leaders, so then they get caught behind the safety car, which then means I will have necessarily a free pit stop to change my front wing to see if I did actually have damage or not. Can you see he's right there, so I'm literally just flooring it, because I get the green light, the safety car, so I can overtake him. You see a little bit of a bug there where it's saying I need to stick behind and catch whatnot. But yeah, now we are a free pit stop ahead, so I actually do pit this lap. I am unsure whether to pit for softs or mediums. I've got softs to recommend, I've got softs selected now, but as you can see here, do I go softs or mediums, soft or medium, soft or mediums? I'm thinking in my head, and I decide to stick with the softs. I'm thinking two or three laps under safety car, so lap 27, 28, and then 5 laps or so on soft compound tyres. And as you can see there, I'm getting a front wing change, so I did have wing damage. It didn't say that I did, but I did.
Okay, you only have to stop once.
And now Jeff's telling me I need to stop within 8 laps on these soft compound tyres, which I'm not going to do, because I'm going to be on, as you can see here, I am on 2 compound softer tyres, so they're all on hards, I'm on softs. As you can see, safety car is in this lap, so we fast forward to the end of lap 27, so when I thought it would come in. I've actually only just caught the safety car queue myself, which is kind of good, which means my tyres will still be nice and warm. No, warmish. Trying to make sure I keep them above 80. And as you can see, if I can try and gain as many positions now as I possibly can on these compound tyres, because I should be quicker than most of these cars in front.
We're trailing our teammate by 2.1
So 2.1 seconds to my teammate in front. And let's go. We're slowly catching Russell, and I feel so much quicker on these tyres. I just felt like I had no pace on the mediums and the hards, but as you see, make quick work of Russell there. Next up is Schumacher, which we've got Mazepin in between us, which is a blue flag, which is why I didn't pit straight away, and then I get trapped by Mazepin there, unfortunately. But then Russell literally brakes right, as you'll see here as well with Latifi here. I'm able to dive down the inside here of Schumacher because he kind of slows right down behind Latifi. So there's an issue there with the AI when they get blue flagged.
Okay, clear.
So that's essentially a free lap, a free position there. So P17, we've got Giovinazzi and then my teammate in front. My goal was to get back to my teammate. If I can get in front of my teammate, would be amazing. But we'll have to wait and see. As you can see, Jeff here is telling me to pit this lap, which I am just going to ignore. Because why would I pit again to waste a pit stop and then definitely come 20th?
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Especially when these tyres still feel really good. As you can see here, we're looking at Giovinazzi here. Hopefully we can get him within the next lap or two. Even this lap would be amazing. You see, I look down the inside, decide not to do it. Then we fast forward to the end of that lap, heading on to lap 30 here. So DRS should be enabled this lap.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS.
So you can see I'm draining my battery, trying my best to just get, if I can get within Giovinazzi here, I can dive bomb him there. Just never get close enough.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10
So
a lap.
I'm pulling a time on George, which is good. And as you can see, I'm just looking for an opening on Giovinazzi. Because I feel like I'm quicker than him, I'm just not finding. See, I look up there and he actually lock-ups there. So yeah, that wouldn't be helpful on his tyres. We move to the end of lap 30, so start of 31. So we've skipped a lap. So I'm still stuck behind him.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre
Thanks,
grip
Jeff.
around now.
So he says my tyres are wearing out, but I still feel pretty comfortable with them.
Caution,
We've got a caution up
caution.
ahead. What is going on here? And we have Charles Leclerc, who has, it looks like he has spun. So it's not a very good race by Leclerc. I don't actually know. I wish I could have got his replay, but I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, we're trying to get Giovinazzi still. We just can't get close enough to him. Again, I had a little look, but I think better of it. Just I don't want to risk taking me out and him out at the same time, especially so close to the end of the race. So we're going on. We've got 2 laps to go. And I'm still just stuck behind Giovinazzi, even on soft compound tyres. I thought I'd be... Honestly, at this point, I thought I'd be in front of my teammate. But no, I'm just stuck behind him. As you can see, I've got very good pace here. So I'm like, I'm actually very good. This is my best chance I've had to overtake him. So I'm aiming to try and get the best run I can out of here. Which I do. He goes defensive, so I go around the outside here. And I'm able to stick it around the outside there. So I finally get Giovinazzi. And now it's, let's catch my teammate. So we've got 1.5 laps to catch my teammate. He's 8 tenths up the road, and as we move on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, he's 6 tenths up on me. So we're really making sure I had enough fuel, because we only have 1 lap of fuel. I wanted to make sure I was going to have enough to finish the race, which I do. You see massive overspeed on my teammate there. I could have gone for the dive bomb, but I'm not going to risk taking us both out of the Grand Prix just to beat him. I'd much rather play the conservative game. As you see, I'm going to try and go around the outside here. Am I? Oh, I was thinking about it, but thought better of it. I honestly probably could have, but I thought better of it. And then here, you can notice I have my ERS activated, and I lose the back end. Which means Giovinazzi gets past. I probably do probably not the best dive bomb there. Probably should have let Giovinazzi have that position. But I really, really wanted to try and beat my teammate. So now it's just, I'm going to be battling Giovinazzi for the rest of the race. Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. You can see Marcus Armstrong is now 2 seconds ahead of me from that little mistake in the second sector. And as you can see, coming into the last corner, it looks like I'm going to finish P15 in this race. P15, I will take it after finishing 20th in Bahrain.
Take care of the car on the way in.
But yeah, that is not a bad result considering. Get driver of the day, which is nice.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over, and what a special race it was. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Nice man. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only
So you
one
can see
who I
here,
really felt maximised
15th
their
for me,
potential.
14th for
It's
Armstrong.
time to check out the
We
constructors'
both gained up a bit
standing.
of
Mercedes
spots.
continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile,
So
Ferrari have
Hamilton,
improved
Bottas
their
and
position.
Verstappen were
A strong weekend from them
the
as they
podium.
fight their way towards the top.
And yeah, so
And
we
with
wrap
that,
up,
we wrap up another
the
weekend.
day. Got some interview questions
Great work
here.
out there
Let's
today.
go.
Let's have your thoughts. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yeah, it came. Our car was very nimble. Still need to gain
You
a little
lost your
bit, but
teammate
it's
today.
getting there slowly.
Was it just not
He
your
just
day?
drove better. He made less mistakes. That's what it came down to.
Not a great day for your teammate today.
And I
What do
have
you
no
think went
idea
wrong?
what you're talking about here, Claire. Literally, you just said I lost to my teammate, yet then you're saying you didn't have a good
Great.
day.
Well, that's
So
everything.
I don't know what she's on about. As you can see here, in our battle with Nicholas Latifi. My gain, and I go to level 2. Armstrong goes to level 5, and as a team, we go to level 4. So we lose 10k damage in cash. So just over $2 million now in the bank. So we skip forward, and we're going to quickly do these before we end the episode, guys. So we'll move on to the Monaco Grand Prix for the next episode, which is going to be a very interesting episode. So yeah, we quickly do what we've got here. Engine issues, but we didn't get anything for it. We've got 2 million. Having a quick look at what I can do here. And I decide to go for powertrain, and I decide to go for resource point generation. So we need to get to level 5 before we can get a new sponsor, so we're almost there. And we'll get some more resource points there by our increase in resource points there. How do we want to deal with this? 50k cash for 20% morale or nothing? Yeah, let's do it. All those ones are fairly easy. Like, I'm always going to pick drop cash for some morale. That's...
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
You can see I'm fast forwarding you guys, so you'll hear a bit of a in the background. So we're having a quick look at what we'll do here. Thinking roll dampers. Tyre wear's not really that bad. Well, it's not that bad at the moment, but I'll go for this one. But first I'm having another look. I'm like, should I go for this one or should I go for that one? And I decided to go for this one because I am getting discounts on the other one, so I hope I can get it for a lot cheaper in the near future.
The department has some good news to share. They've just finished working on the facility upgrades. The details are available in your inbox.
Now I need to fast forward a bit more.
Our new parts are completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Sounds weird. But yeah, guys, now we're moving on to an interview quickly.
Well, it's great to be back at your headquarters, and I've got to say, an awful lot's changed since we were last here. Let's dive in with some questions. A recent survey found that your staff have the highest employee satisfaction of all the F1 teams. That's quite the accolade. In your opinion, what makes you the best team to work for?
Well, we've
Formula
invested a lot in our facilities to make... Oh no, maybe the other one I thought I... Okay.
Upgrades to your facilities seem to have stalled. Is there no more room
We
for
invest heavily in our staff
or are
here.
you prioritising other areas?
Obviously, staff are the most important thing to any organisation. So obviously you need to invest heavily in them in order to get the best out of them.
Your second driver seems to be getting much more comfortable with their car. Have you been focusing on their
They're really
development?
putting some hours into the simulator.
Would it be safe to say
And
that in terms
get
of
out of
team
here.
orders,
Absolutely not.
you've been struggling to get points this season? What are the key areas of improvement you need
We're
to
struggling
make
with our
to the
power
team?
unit. Is the one that I went with. But all in all, we just need to continue upgrading our car, and slowly we'll get
Well,
there.
thanks a lot
We'll
for
slowly get
inviting us
there.
here. It's been
I'm hoping.
fantastic.
I'm hoping by about Spa we'll have a competitive car, which we might be able to battle for some points. I'm not expecting anything until then. Maybe Canada, France. I am really good at those tracks, so maybe I might be able to sneak away with a 10th there, but I'm not that sure yet. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Peace out for now.